Welcome to the United States of Paranormal podcast. Sit down and buckle up for an enlightening ride through everything cryptid, creepy, and paranormal.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It is I, Golden J, coming to you live from the Golden Mojo Entertainment Complex. With me is the rocker chick and J-Dub.
J-Dub? Hello.
How come you don't go like the rocker chick?
I haven't figured it out yet.
You need to figure it out.
Right.
Is that something we should do? Should we change your name? The rocker chick was your persona back in the Golden Image radio days. Do you want a new persona?
No.
No, you like the rocker chick?
Yep.
All right, so the rocker chick it is. Now you all are stuck with it.
Rocker chick. Stuck with it.
Oh, listen to some of those vintage episodes. We had Billy Bob on a few weeks ago, and yeah, I love Billy Bob. I give him a fucking 10. I think for 2 hours we quoted Varsity Blues. He was my buddy that looked just like Billy Bob, so that's what we called him. He always wore the cowboy hat and the whole 9 yards. Yes. I actually called him before that episode because I had realized that I hadn't talked to him in like over a year, so I needed to talk to him. See how he was doing.
Yeah.
And he's doing good.
Good.
That's good.
Billy Bob. You don't listen, but hi, buddy.
Did he keep peanut butter and jelly in his hat? Because remember, he had a peanut butter and jelly in his helmet when he got hit, and he's like, "You're bleeding." No, it's jelly.
I don't think so. I love that dog. Anyway, have you guys heard of this preacher, this Bob Joyce, that they think is Elvis because he kind of looks a little bit like him, and I guess when he sings, and because he's a preacher, so he sings in the church, he sounds he sounds just like him.
I have not.
What's his name?
Bob Joyce. Bob Joyce is not Elvis, by the way. I did the math on it, and I'm going to tell you right now, the math doesn't add up. Because
He's too young, or
yeah, there's no way. Yeah, there's no way because Elvis actually died in, what did we say, 1977, I think. J-Dub's looking him up. She's got her phone. Little thumbs are going 90 miles an hour. She's got her nose is all crinkled up. She's having a hell of a time with her phone. But it brings up a point. Did you find a picture?
I did, kind of.
Yeah. Can you see it?
yeah. Oh yeah, see it in the eyes.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like him, he sounds like him, but the math does not add up, so.
Yeah, he looks pretty young to be Elvis.
Yeah, exactly. Even though it's a white hair, white beard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that brought up a thought as I was processing. On Audible, I got the Dave Grohl book called The Storyteller. Have you ever heard of this book? You know who Dave Grohl is, right?
Yes.
From the Foo Fighters. I feel like I can't see over my laptop, so I'm going to bring that down. I love this book. I've listened to it twice.
Oh, wow.
Because Dave Grohl actually, reads it. So it's Dave Grohl reading his book on Audible. And he was talking in one part about the time he met Lemmy. And it was in a bar, and obviously it was in a bar, and it was like Lemmy's favorite bar, and he saw him and he went down and said something to him, to the effect of, your music has always been a big inspiration, and just wanted to say hi. And Lemmy just kind of looked up from his hat and said, "Cheers, mate," in the typical Lemmy voice. But as Dave walked away, I guess Lemmy said, "Sorry to hear about your friend Kurt." Which,
Right.
That's pretty intense. It got my brain thinking about this whole Kurt Cobain and Elvis, with them dying and everybody saying that they're still around and And, I spend a lot of time alone. You know what I'm saying? Driving around, delivering stuff. And I spend some time alone, and my brain works funny that way. I think we need to let it go. When you die, you die. Bob Joyce is not Elvis. Kurt Cobain is not alive somewhere. Neither is Chris Farley or whoever else anybody thinks they see somewhere that think they faked their death.
Yeah,
Jim
why
Morrison.
why would you fake your death? I mean, unless people are after you, but I mean.
Right.
Yeah, that or wanting to get out of the fame.
I
Knew
can-
they'd never be able to. I don't know.
I can understand that one and get out of the fame part of it, but I think there's got to be a better way to do it, and I just don't believe that anybody's actually come up with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't believe that.
I mean, this Bob Joyce guy could give some DNA, and he could prove that he's not Elvis.
That's true. Oh no, Bob Joyce is actually working that angle to bring more people to his church. Let's not be fooled here.
Bringing people to Jesus by using Elvis.
Just bringing it. Let me bring you to Jesus.
Jesus.
No, don't get me started. I'll say something that'll piss off all the Christians in the world. I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know that I would probably do that. So we won't follow down that road. But I just thought that was an interesting little thing that's kind of popped up. My friend Andy texted me the other day. His wife, Michelle, is on a kick, and she thinks that Andy should take him to the church down in, I think it's in Alabama, to go.
Of course it's in Alabama.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be Elvis and you're going to hide out, why the fuck wouldn't you hide out in Alabama?
I would think if it was the real Elvis, he'd be on like an island and somewhere.
This is a side note, but I have a funny story to tell about Alabama.
Okay.
You want to hear it?
I do.
You can edit it out if you want to. It's just funny. So my husband and I went to Alabama a couple years ago. My friends for a funeral Anyways, so my husband's like, hey, I'm going to go to the gas station, get a pop, and, fart around. So he's gone for like 2 hours. And we're like, what the hell? He finally comes back, and he's like, oh, my God, I turned down the wrong road, and I'm going down this road, and all of a sudden, I found a cock ring. And we're like, what? He's like, yeah, I found a cock ring. I'm like, okay, gross. He goes, yeah, there were all these roosters and in cages, and then there was this big, arena area, and I found a cock ring. And we're like, you found...
Where did your brain go? Obviously.
Yeah, you know where my brain went, but he had found where they, have roosters, and they have rooster fighting. He found a cockfighting ring, but he was all excited saying, I found a cock ring.
At what point did you think that your husband would stop the vehicle and get out of the vehicle on this road and be like, I seen a little rubber thing in the middle of the road. I have to get down there and check it out what it is.
Well, we knew what he was talking about, but we had to give him shit about it because he was saying a cock ring. No, it wasn't. That's it. It was funny. I guess you had to be there.
No, it is funny. I like the whole perception of, I'm just seeing him stop on this gravel road in the middle of Alabama and be like, what is that?
He said he saw all the roosters and he was like, he got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, those are not some people you want to mess with.
Nope. You turn around and, was this, you guys have cell phones at that time?
Yes, it was just a couple of years ago, but this service was horrible, so there's no way he would have been able to
GPS out of there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been there, done that. Some of the trails that we went on in it wasn't even southern Indiana, was it? It was just down in Wabash, where we get down into some of these trails, and we're like, where the fuck are we? Yeah. And how do we get back to the car? And you break the phone out, and the phone's going, no service. Yeah. Even though I have a trail app that's supposed to tell me where the fuck I'm at. Yeah, no service. It's such a pain in the ass.
You don't want to be out there at night either because all the critters come out.
That's true. There's some squatch down there, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know I like the squatch. Big fan. Yeah, that's somebody else's thing. She's always watching the Sasquatch hunters.
Not always.
Really?
One of these days I'd like to see them.
Find something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But now they're into this whole, they're aliens. The Squatches are aliens. And they can, like, appear and disappear.
Or skinwalkers.
Or skinwalkers, yes.
They shift into other animals. And
So.
Well, see, I'm a firm believer that the Squatch have access to portals. That's why you see them and then you don't see them. They just right through the portal to wherever else they're going to go.
Isn't that, what is it, Doctor Strange, that he does the little portal thing?
Yeah.
And he goes, pew.
You get the hand going, you do the little ring thing.
How's that go again?
Like, be like Ned from Spider-Man. He could portal. He could do portals.
Yeah,
Watch too many fucking movies.
They might do that. Who knows? We'll never know until we can talk to one.
I did watch the first episode of that 90s show. Red Foreman, still the funniest motherfucker ever.
Yeah.
Even in the new one, he made me laugh. So, if you get a chance to watch the 90s show, the first episode wasn't too bad. They're laying some groundwork. Kelso and Jackie were back in the first episode, and so was Donna and
Eric.
Thank you. God, I don't know why I wanted God, I wanted to say Trevor for some weird reason.
Brain farts or, something with it comes with age.
Yeah. Wait, when this episode comes out, will I be 50? I'd be damn close.
I don't know. When does it come out?
Over the hill.
In another month. It's going to be close.
It's
my birthday!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Oh my.
I gotta check in with my boss for the rest of sometime this week and tell her I'm going to take that week off.
I'm sure your boss is pretty cool. I mean, you don't do anything at work, right?
I don't do shit. Just ask anybody.
Yeah.
And no comments from anybody there. Come on, I work hard. I'm
sure you do.
I'm very tired. My back hurts.
You're old.
Oh, anyway. So during my last story, a few weeks ago, I took you to New York City.
New York City.
Look at, she's so lame.
What?
What are you
She
playing
got it.
with your phone?
I was
God,
looking something up.
can't
Sorry.
keep her attention.
Rude.
I was looking something up. Sorry.
What are you
put it
looking up?
down.
What are you looking up?
Forget it.
What are you looking up?
No, just
What'd you buy
forget
me
it.
for
New
my
York
birthday?
City.
Oh, wow. So then we took a trip to Kansas, and then we were back in Indianapolis. And well, now we're heading to New Jersey.
New Jersey.
You ever been to New Jersey?
I have. I hate it.
Yeah? I've been once.
The drivers are horrible.
I didn't have too many problems. We just kind of snuck in and snuck out. We went to a Harley store in New Jersey. Just to say we went to a Harley store in New Jersey. The same day that we went to Jim's in Philadelphia to get a official Philly steak and cheese.
Ooh, those are good.
I miss Jim's. I wish I had a Jim's Philly steak and cheese right now. So good. So good. So good. Anyway.
This is so good.
It was so good. I'm going to take you to New Jersey, and we're going to talk about the New Jersey Devil.
Ooh.
I've only done one other cryptid on the United States of Paranormal.
I know what that was.
What was it?
The Puckwudgies.
The Puckwudgies.
Puckwudgies.
We hunted for Puckwudgies.
We did.
Yeah, because you can find them in Anderson.
Oh, really?
Yes, down at Mound
Supposedly,
State
we
Park.
didn't find any.
We
They were
hunted.
hiding.
They were hiding. They just never opened their eyes because their eyes glow red. So that's how you're supposed to see them. I know there could have
Maybe
been a
that's what
Puckwudgie
you
in my
saw it.
yard a few weeks ago. Yeah.
They followed you back here.
You didn't even bring that up. You didn't think about that. Where were you on that?
I don't know. Because
She was worried. She wanted to figure out what it was.
Oh, yeah.
All
And we
right.
figured it out.
We did figure it out.
It was nothing paranormal. It was not a cryptid.
Oh, I don't know, man. My whole paranormal world's been weird since the whole brushing of the ear thing, and then
The cart.
the cart, and then the other night in the house, I thought you yelled at me, and I'm pretty sure it was just my belly, but I'm like all super sensitive all of a sudden. Anyways, we're going to New Jersey. We're going to talk about the New Jersey Devil. The Jersey Devil, also known as the Leeds Devil, is a legendary creature said to inhabit the forest of Pine Barrens in South Jersey. Did you know that?
Nope.
The legend begins with a Pines Barren family called the Leeds in 1735. The Leeds family was actually some early settlers in New Jersey area. And the family is actually still there. The Leeds family, the generations are still there in New Jersey in the Pine Barrens area. Jane Leeds, also known as Mother Leeds, are you ready for this? Found out she was pregnant for her 13th time.
Ew, good.
Now, I know we went through this 3 times. Can you imagine going through it 13 times?
No.
Gross.
Especially in the 1700s.
She was lucky to still be alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just have visions of really bad things there. Sorry. Jane Leeds, also known as Mother Leeds. I told you that part.
Sounds like you're saying motherly.
Mother Leeds.
Oh.
Everybody called her Mother Leeds. Probably because she had 12 fucking kids. Nobody else called her anything but Mother.
Yeah.
There you go. She went into labor on a stormy night. Now the stories differ just a little bit. So let me tell you both stories about what they say happened. Story number 1 is that she found out that she was pregnant for with her 13th child, and she actually cursed the child while still in her womb and said, I hope this is not a child, that this one will be a devil. So the differential on the story is that sometimes some stories say that she did it months before she went into labor, and other stories say she did it that night in the middle of this stormy night.
While she was giving birth?
While she was giving birth, yeah. The entire burden of the Leeds family had fallen on Jane, so she took care of all these kids, right? So yeah, no wonder she was stressed out. Another kid to go through all the late night feedings and all that stuff. That night, she goes into labor. She has her midwife in there, and she has other friends that gathered, and the baby is born. And it is actually a normal baby. It looks like a normal baby. But they say within the scope of about 20 minutes, the baby had grown to a size of 2 grown men. And its head was now the head of a horse. It had red glowing eyes. It grew bat wings. And it had hooves for feet and a serpentine tail.
Ooh, that'd be ugly.
So can you imagine... The baby's born, you're like, oh, it's a baby.
You're so cute.
So cute. And then all of a sudden it just starts to transform into that.
No, not at all.
No, thanks.
Is that crazy? The devil actually attacked and killed the midwife. There's a couple fondling stories with that, too. They say that the Jersey Devil just reached out with his claws and killed the midwife, just slit her throat and killed her just like that. The other story says that not only did he kill the midwife, he killed everybody in that room and then went into the other room and killed the father and some of the other kids that were there. There were still a couple that survived. But then he shot up the chimney, blowing the chimney up as he shot out of the house.
Wow.
But there is another story. The other story is that Mother Lees was a witch, and the baby was the son of the devil himself. So, that's the story of how the New Jersey Devil was born.
Interesting.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Can you? I can't even imagine all of that going on in one night, especially in the 1700s.
So the size of two grown men. So like one grown man with on top of his head another grown man like that. Like
the size
like
of that's
huge.
Yeah, let's see what is an average grown man? Say 6 foot.
Yeah.
So I mean
Or
that's only 12
feet.
foot. Yeah.
But that's still big.
Oh, it's extremely big, especially when this monster is standing over top of you with a horse head and a serpentine tail. Now, I've seen pictures where it looks more like a dragon head, but the stories all said horse head, so take that for what you want.
Yeah, it could be whatever you want.
Could be. But hooves. It's got hooves.
Hooves.
And it walks upright. But it flies.
It's got all the anemones.
J-Dub's got the sound effects down. So right around that time, it escaped into the Pine Barrens, the forest. Not a lot of things were going on right away, but the sightings of this thing are just tremendous. There's a ton of them, and I want to go over some of those right now. So, according to legends, while visiting the Hanover Millworks to inspect his cannonballs, Commander Esteban Decor sighted the flying creature and fired a cannonball directly upon it. Some stories say that he hit it and it pierced his body and went through, but it never fazed the devil.
Oh, wow.
How's that? Oh, I'm going to fuck up this name. Hold on. You're going to love this.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah. Joseph Bonaparte, elder brother of Napoleon, also claimed to have seen the Jersey Devil while hunting in his Bordentown estate in 1820. He came across some bizarre tracks. He started following them, and they just ended. They just stopped, and as he looked up, the devil was flying above him and shot off. Napoleon's brother.
Wow.
1820.
So that'd be a little weird because you said he has hooves. So, and back then they probably had horses. Do they have cars then?
Probably not in 1735.
Oh no, but I mean they had horses, so
yeah,
that'd be a little.
Yeah,
you would know what a horse hoof would look like. So, to find another kind of hoof.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're right on the money with that. I mean, that does make sense. I mean, if you were wandering around and you saw horse hooves, you wouldn't think anything of it. But these just stopped. I mean, he followed them for quite a little bit, and then they just stopped. And then when he looked up, he's seen them. But yeah, I never really put that together that there was a lot of horses back in those days.
Or cattle.
Right.
But.
Well, during 1840. The Jersey Devil was blamed for several livestock killings, similar attacks reported in 41, accompanied by lots of tracks and screams.
Ooh.
The screams, they say, are one of the big things that you can listen for when you go out into the woods. You can hear him screaming, and it's loud and obnoxious. In Greenwich, during December of 1925, a local farmer shot an unidentified animal in an attempt to steal his chickens. And then they said they photographed the corpse, but I never did find anything to prove that. That was 1925. I did get a little jump on that because my next one is like the wave of sightings in 1909 were all over the place. During the week of January 16th through the 23rd, newspaper published hundreds of claims of encounters with the Jersey Devil, all from South Jersey and the Philadelphia area. One of the big ones was the Hayden Heights. It was a trolley car and it was going. Did they have trolleys in 1909?
I'm sure.
I was trying to put that together when I was thinking about it earlier. Trolleys? All right. Well, they say that. Hold on, I got this story right here. At night, the trolley was making its rounds when a passenger shouted a large creature was hovering over top of the trolley. And of course, everybody's now peeking out the windows trying to see it. The trolley came to a stop, and the New Jersey Devil started circling the trolley.
Kind of like a shark
Yeah,
going after it.
exactly. Going around over and over and over again for just... he was waiting for just that right moment, and it screamed, scared everyone, and then just took off. So he didn't get what he was after.
Well, and he might have been looking at it like, what the hell is this?
Could be.
Yeah.
Because you mean...
I mean, this
back
guy's been
then.
around since 1735. What's up?
Nothing.
You're looking at
I'm
me.
listening.
You're listening?
I'm listening to your story.
Yeah.
All I can see is your eyes. It's weird.
Well, do you want me to close this down so you
No,
can see me a little bit
it's
better?
all right.
Is that any better?
No.
I gotta-
Put it back up.
Easy.
Break something.
Fuck you then.
Easy.
Police in Camden and Bristol, Pennsylvania supposedly fired upon a creature with no effect. Other reports initially concerned unidentified footprints in the snow. Just stuff like that. It's in 1909 they were everywhere. The reports were coming in like mad. So much that the Philadelphia Zoo posted a $10,000 reward for the creature. The offer prompted a variety of hoaxes, including a kangaroo equipped with artificial claws and bat wings. So
my gosh.
somebody took a kangaroo and stapled, include horns, and then
That's
stapled.
horrible. What people will do for money.
What people will do for money. A ton of stories that people have published in some of these websites. This one was from Megan. It says, I actually had I have two stories about the New Jersey Devil. The first one is my own experience. As a kid, my parents took my family camping every summer around the Pine Barrens. One night, we all slept in the tent. I woke up to a sound of what to me was like a woman screaming. It was blood-curdling scream over and over again, but I was the only one awake.
I don't know. If I heard screaming, I'd probably get up.
Mm-hmm.
She also says that a few years ago, when she was talking to her uncle, he compared to his story about being in the pines, and the scream was exactly the same as what Megan had heard that night while they were camping. Crazy.
He's a screamer.
He likes to scream. Frank T was also out camping in the 80s with a couple of his friends. He states, I was unaware that we were heading into the home of the Jersey Devil. We headed out on our bikes. These are motorcycles, to be very clear, because when it gets to the story about the dying, then you wonder what the hell. It's like when I read the story first, I was thinking, why would his bicycle die? We headed on our bikes, and we did our share of partying that night. The next day, while everyone was asleep, three of us decided to hit the trails a bit early. We were about 100 yards away from the woods when my bike stalled out. I looked and found my friend had stalled also. At first, we thought it was something to do with the terrain, or maybe something to do with the nearby power plant, which I found very interesting, that there's a power plant right next to the pines. 50 feet away from each other, we tried to start our bikes, and suddenly from the woods we heard a horrible piercing scream. It sounded inhuman, like somebody being tortured. Once back to camp, we asked if anybody had heard the screams earlier, and they had heard them too, 4 miles away.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That would have been loud then.
Yeah.
That night, they headed into the local town because they ran out of booze. And they went to the bar and ordered a drink. Still in shock from what they had heard that morning, the bartender said, "Hey, kid, What'd you see, a ghost or something? After I told him the story, he smiled and says, looks like you met our little friend.
Our little friend.
Devil.
A little friend.
Say hello to my little friend.
A Salem taxi cab. He had stopped to fix his tire on the side of the road. Dark and quiet, barely lit. Oh, it was barely lit by gas lamps. This was 1927, so it kind of bounces back from the whole 80s thing. Sorry. I'm bouncing around my stories. We got years. Barely lit by the gas lamps on the side of the road. He tried to fix the tire quickly, but then he was some rustling in the woods behind him. Out came a large creature with glowing red eyes, stared and watched him closely. The driver finished up quickly, jumped back in the car, and the devil started pounding on the roof of the car, trying to grab the driver as he rushed off. Yeah?
But you would think something that big would just snatch and go.
You would think that
Sounds
he'd
like
be able to
it's-
pick up the
he's
car.
scared. Sounds like he's scared.
Who's scared? The devil's scared?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Well, he took off from the trolley. I mean, he was circling them, and then he just took off, and I don't know.
Okay.
He's just
Well,
checking things out.
I'm listening to your theory. Talk to me more about this.
Well, I don't know.
Do you think that this big bad monster that everybody's scared of is just actually scared of everybody else that's around him, and
Yes.
he's just? Do you feel that same way about Sasquatch?
Yeah, I mean, they hide. They don't want to be found. They don't want to be messed with.
That's curious. I never really thought about it that way. Because you kind of think of these quote unquote monsters as monsters that.
Tear your
But
heart out.
Yeah.
If, the legend is true, this baby's born and it becomes this thing and he's inside of a room with a bunch of people, well, maybe he didn't mean to do it. Now he's just out
Yeah.
there and...
He's got a bad rap, but he's a good boy.
Wasn't his fault. His mom cheated with the devil.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair. Oh my! All right. Well, you want a couple more stories?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of ripping my stories apart here.
Well, no. I want to
I'm
see.
just
Did he
messing.
tear somebody apart? Or
No, I actually don't have any stories of him murdering anybody.
See?
Besides trying to get some chickens.
Yeah, he was hungry. He wanted some chickens.
Rocker Chick has a thing. I believe her. He's scared. Him's a good boy. He just scary looking.
Do you want to go? Want to go find him and see if he's a good boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
if he's that big and he can fly, has he been sighted anywhere else? Like, why couldn't he fly somewhere else?
Well, I would imagine the Pine Barrens are so big that he's probably he's been there since 1735. So I would assume that he's built himself a nice little home there, and he probably doesn't want to move. What do you say?
I wonder if he can camouflage himself.
Like a gecko?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. I've never heard a
Nobody-
story of him being camouflaged, but
Well, if he can fly, he could be up in the trees. I'm sure it's a very wooded area. And
Maybe did it say what color he was?
no, nothing specific. Just glowing red eyes.
Maybe he's like a chameleon.
Yeah. What did I say, gecko? I meant chameleon. Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right. You're almost 50.
It's my birthday! What did you get me?
nothing. Yeah, it's
Oh.
not really your birthday.
I'm not going to tell you anyways.
Podcasting world's weird. We recorded this a month before my birthday. And I'll bet you $5 she doesn't order me anything until about 2 days before.
Have some faith.
Probably true.
No, I know.
I'll be like, oh, it's going to be late. Sorry.
She's just been trying to find the perfect gift. And then just happens to be 2 days before your birthday.
That she finds it on Amazon.
Yeah.
On the front page. Oh, this is
Get
nice.
you a frame picture of the Jersey Devil.
Hey.
That'd be all right. That'd be pretty cool.
Is there pictures of the Jersey Devil?
There are pictures of the Jersey Devil. I didn't bring any with me.
What's that on the back of that paper?
Right where? Oh, look. Yeah, there he is. Right there.
Oh, yeah. He
Yeah.
looks pretty spooky.
Ooh.
Looks pretty spooky. Looks more like a cow head to me, though, than a horse.
I really went with the dragon head. You know, this and I'll put it up here in the camera, but I will have this posted in our social media. But this one right here, okay, can you see that one right there? That one right there.
Yeah.
That is the one that the Philadelphia Zoo had on their flyer when they were offering the $10,000 reward.
Gotcha.
So the one next to it looks like a pukwudgie, real short. Just kind of creepy looking.
Like me.
All right, then.
On.
Now you know why we haven't done the photo shoot yet. Here's a story from Keith. I spent a lot of time in the Pine Barrens when I was younger growing up in New Jersey. I had my share of strange experiences. When I was about 13, I went camping alone near Hampton's Furnace. Now, I have no idea what that is.
I don't know, but camping alone when he was 13.
Yeah.
You must have been a Boy Scout.
Must have been. But I'm thinking the Hampton Furnace was a hot spot.
Must have been. Mm-hmm.
But no, okay. I had my bow with me and was looking for a rabbit for dinner for about an hour before sundown. Something started following me back through the trees. It trailed me back to my camp and circled while I cooked my dinner. This kept me up in about 2 hours after dark. And let me tell you, it was one dark night. It was very dark.
Jersey Devil's just a curious cat.
Yep.
It's a curious cat? Like a cougar?
No. He's just curious. He was watching him cook. He's like, oh.
Oh, I could cook my food instead of eating it raw?
Yeah.
Learning.
Evolving.
Oh.
Sorry.
So you don't think that the Jersey Devil never cooks his food? He's the devil.
He spits fire, too?
Yeah, is he a dragon?
Well, yes.
Does he use
Yes,
hellfire?
he is.
Does he use hellfire?
He uses hellfire and brimstone.
Ooh, then it's
That's
burnt.
what he cooks on is the brimstone.
Probably burnt then.
I
He's
use
just
it-
trying to figure out how to make it medium.
He always leaves it on there too
Yeah,
long.
turn it.
He leaves it on the brimstone too long. I gotta.
I'm so sorry. We're totally ruining your story.
I'm not gonna lie, you probably are making it better. So
I am just trying. I mean, seriously,
We'll
there are
keep our
so many
pants.
of these things, that people say are out there and everything. But legitimately, why should we be scared of it?
Yeah, the only people it's supposedly killed was the people in the house when he was born.
it's true. That's true. But maybe there are stories that you don't know about.
Like missing people.
Yeah.
True.
Think about that one. These are stories of people that survive. These are survival stories.
Okay. Proceed.
So Keith decided that he was in his tent. He decided that it was okay that the noises that stopped outside. So he crawled out. When he started to calm down, he then heard foot stomps right down. You guys got me so flustered. He started. I heard a foot stomp right down behind the tent. Needless to say, he packed up and went home.
Just one foot?
Just one stomp.
He was mad.
You know that. Oh my! All right, that's it. I won't bore you with any more of my stories.
More stories. Tell us more stories.
One more story?
Yes.
Okay.
As you were.
Let me tell you the story of the Devil's Tree, which is supposedly...
Don't touch the tree.
Don't touch the fucking tree. Don't even go on the property. So the Devil's Tree. Well, you were listening.
That's all I heard. Don't touch the tree. A million times.
They say that the Jersey Devil, this is his tree. That he actually, if you go to this place, now it's interesting because the tree actually sets at a crossroads. I mean, there's a set of roads on either side, and you can park on the side of the road and see the tree. Maybe 50 feet off the road, something like that.
So it's a big tree.
It's a big dead tree. And they say if you go there about 3 a.m., you can see the Jersey Devil actually perched in this tree. But there are people that worship the Jersey Devil, and they consider him like a god. So people are spotted in this area on this property, worshiping and leaving gifts and stuff by the tree for the devil. But they say they do. They say they always do it naked.
Of course they do.
I'm just saying they like to be naked. Do not approach the tree. It will bring you bad luck. If you touch it, you will die within a few days. Don't touch the fucking tree.
I touched the tree.
I'm just saying. The video I was watching, and I didn't write down who it was. There were 3 guys. They took a drone, and they flew it into this property because they did not want to go on the property. They just wanted to kind of get an overview of the tree itself. It was during the day, so they took the drone. And they actually captured a worshiper show up at the tree. You know it's probably all staged, but they followed him around with the drone for a while until he knocked it down. And then they had to go in and get their drone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was he naked?
He was wearing a pair of black shorts. Oh. That's why I think it was staged, because they didn't want a naked man running around the fucking woods.
We can't put you on film if you're naked.
It was still
wear a pair of shorts.
It was still a really cool thing, and that's what I was watching when they were like, "Don't touch the fucking tree." Yeah. That's why
I'm in the other room, and that's all I can hear. And I'm like, "What the heck are you watching?"
I asked her to come in and watch it with me. She said no. Bobbi Flay's on. Fuck you.
She doesn't want to see a naked devil worshiper.
Yeah, I don't think it's something I want to see either. So,
but you watched it.
I did. For my listeners.
You're so dedicated.
I love my listeners. Thank you, United States of Paranormal fans. We love you.
Kiss, kiss.
So, there you go. There's a few stories from the Jersey Devil and the Pine Barrens, the cryptid that everybody loves. They named a fucking hockey team after him. The New Jersey Devils.
It is true. They did.
Gotta love it. So the next time you find yourself in the Pine Barrens and you hear a sound, you may have to ask yourself, is it the devil?
Or a naked person.
That touched the tree.
Don't touch the tree.
Just don't do it.
Don't touch the tree. All right. Anybody got any questions? Come on, Rocker Chick. You're always...
I honestly don't. I don't have any questions.
So how old would that make him? I don't do math, so somebody else.
I have a calculator.
That works.
Don't do it in your head. You're going to be totally off.
He's like 180.
Really? Is that even close?
But didn't one of your stories, he said that they had a dead one. So is there more than one? 288.
Dang.
They said they took photographs of it. I couldn't find anything. They said they shot one, and
How is there multiple?
you know that wasn't the actual Jersey Devil. There's only. Wait a second. He's 288 years
so he's
old.
had babies.
You don't think that he's procreated?
What did he procreate with?
Himself. He's a Hermie.
Oh, see, now that brings up a whole new
there's
array of
questions.
shit.
There's just questions.
Oh, the worshippers. They're out there naked. He breathes
There you
with
go.
one of them.
If you have the worshippers and he comes down and hammers one to it, bam!
In the pump house.
It's in the pump house, taking it downtown, dropping some of that devil seed.
Totally lost it.
The devil
Totally
seed.
lost it.
But if he's truly the some sort of devil, what makes you think that if he doesn't drop a seed and poof, there's another one made? Maybe he's jerking it in the woods. I'm just saying, these are possibilities.
Right.
You're going to think about that. You're going to take this picture in your head of the. I couldn't find it. You're going to take that picture and you're going to think about that later tonight and drive home. It's like, what if he was jerking it in the woods?
And it hits the ground and a grown man.
Boom.
What up? Here I am. Son of the devil.
Son of the Jersey Devil. Think about that. Think about that.
I'm thinking about it.
Really? What else you got? I mean, it only would make sense that he's had some sort of offspring in 288 years.
Yeah, he might not even be the original.
Exactly. Maybe he banged a rabbit.
A mouse. Squirrel.
Squirrel! Oh, you got awful fucking quiet over there all of a sudden.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
So I wonder, when you're down south and people say, don't go outside at night or don't look into the woods at night down south because people hear screams and stuff, that could possibly be something like that, right? I don't really know what people say they actually are. I've heard people say that they're like mountain lions or whatever, but
Right.
that could be that, right?
It could very well be.
Maybe he can fly clear across the United States at night.
They say he's very fast. They really do. He can fly very quickly, so why wouldn't he be able to cover that ground? The theory, though, for me, just right off the top of my head, is this is the Jersey Devil. So who's to say that there's not a Montgomery Devil or an Atlanta Devil, or you understand what I'm saying? I'm just popping out names here, but every region seems to have their own kind of cryptid monster that they believe in that area.
What's Indiana's?
Well, we have puckwudgies.
Yeah, we have Squatch.
We have Squatch. Michigan has. Oh,
I grew up with hearing that there was a Sasquatch in Atwood. Heard the stories that
Michigan has. What did I say it was? A wolf man or something like that.
Yes, I think so.
There wasn't enough information on him. I thought that'd be interesting. But I have a book of just cryptids from the state of Indiana.
Oh, wow.
The town of, what is Turtletown?
Churubusco?
Yes, yeah. The cryptid, that's why they call it Turtletown. Because back in the early settlers' times, they looked out and saw a turtle in one of the lakes that was supposedly as big as a Volkswagen Bug.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Was it a snapper?
I don't know.
I would probably say so, yeah.
Well, those things get huge.
They do. But that's the cryptid of Churubusco. There's a ton of them. I got a whole book on them. But there's so little information, just even on the turtle. They saw it.
Kinda
People
like
came
the
and
Loch
looked
Ness.
for it, yeah. And they didn't ever seen it again. But they call it Turtletown for that very reason.
And the turtle in the mural on the side of the building is all cute and
Yeah, adorable.
yeah.
We went through there a few weeks ago. Was that when we were going to Frankenmuth? We went through there? I believe so. And I was all excited. I'm like, Bobby, we're going to Turtle Town. We're going to drive through Turtle Town. They have this big statue in the middle of town. And then I realized it was just a little bitty-ass fucking statue in the middle of town.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was it. I remember it being bigger. My bad. But yeah, I mean, every region has a cryptid. There's all kinds of stories and stuff that go around like that. So it's pretty amazing.
Cool.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do another cryptid next time.
All right. We'll try to figure it out.
Yeah. So who's up next? I see Jennifer went last week. I'm this week. That means that the rocker chick is coming up with the next story in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it'll be Jennifer again.
All right. You want a little insight into my next episode?
Yeah.
If you want to give an insight to your next episode. Are you sure you won't change it at the last minute?
No, we're gonna stick with this because I think I can find enough information on it. We're going to stay in the state of Indiana, and we are going to do cemeteries.
Ooh.
8 to 10 of them, and the stories behind the cemeteries and the
Nice.
hauntings in the cemeteries.
Nice. You going to do the one in Indy?
We will see. I have a list of like 8 of them right now, and
Be patient.
Okay.
Ruin the story
but
before she tells
you
it.
know, as kids, you hear stories. The blue light
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
up here at I can't even think of the name of the. It's behind Explorer Van.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, supposedly there's a blue light that comes off a baby's grave at that site. You know, you hear these stories as kids and stuff, and so yeah,
You're going to research them.
gonna research some.
Wait a second. We ain't going to
Indiana
physically.
cemeteries.
We're not going to physically research them, are we?
No.
We should road trip.
We did that when we were teenagers. We actually did some road trips on the weekends with a couple of friends and went to old cemeteries and walked around. And
Not sure why. It wasn't like we were taking charcoal engravings and finding it. We just walked around to see, well, how old's this one? Oh, it's
Yeah.
1835. Okay. That was it. It was just something to do. But it was fun. We hung out.
Yeah. I mean, there's some amazing tombstones and very old and
Very,
that
very
are
old.
still around. But anyways, so that's what my next one will be on.
All right, cool. All right.
Be exciting.
I'm going to ask a bunch of questions.
Okay, I'll let you.
Like, okay. All
And I
right.
will have the answer.
You promise?
She'll have all
Yes.
the answers.
I'm not giving you the questions prior to your
damn.
recording.
Damn.
That's not fair.
No, it is fair because it gets her on the spot.
I will know.
Thinking.
I will know.
Thinking. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to United States of Paranormal. We hope you enjoyed this the story of the Jersey Devil, and we hope you enjoyed all the podcasts that Team Tejas and Team Booisers put out every week. Shout out to Team Tejas, man. Those guys are working hard down there and doing a great job. Enjoy listening to their episodes on the off weeks that we're not on. So send us some love. The United States Paranormal at gmail.com. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you have a story you want us to cover. We would appreciate
get
it.
any emails?
No.
Damn.
But you can rate and review us on Apple Podcast. Just go on there, give us a 5-star, give us a 1-star, but tell us why you gave us a 1-star. Was it Golden Jay talking about a pump house? Was it J-Dub talking about a pump house?
I did not talk about a pump house.
Pump house.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, let us know what you think. We love reading our reviews, good or bad. I mean, we want to hear all of it. Like I said, if you got something you want us to check into, you can go ahead and email us, theunitedstatesparanormal.com. And if you love the show and you want to represent, throw on a t-shirt or a long sleeve shirt or there's some other things on there. I'm not 100% sure.
Tank top.
Takeout? What?
Tank top.
Tank top? If you want to get some takeout and bring it over, we're hungry. J-Dub's belly's been grumbling all night. Go on to United States of Paranormal.com. We do have a merchandise tab where you can order some really cool shirts with all the cryptids that we have on there. And you never know what's coming out next. We've had some really great designs for Daltober and some other things that I didn't think about what all Logan's been working on. So, but there are some great designs with Casper and the skunk ape and all that stuff. So go check them out, the United States of Paranormal.com. And if you like the United States of Paranormal, check out some of our other podcasts at the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts. That's right. You can check out The Call Guys on Mondays, where they talk pop culture and all of their top 10 lists. Or you can check out Golden Image Podcast on Tuesday, where they go do things so you'll want to go do things. I did get a report the other day where we did the Spring Mill. We did the Spring Mill episode. We talked about Woodcrest Farms and all that, and I had a listener text me and tell me that since they did that, they thought it sounded really cool, and they're going to go spend a weekend in the spring and go down to Woodcrest and then go down to Spring Mill.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So every once in a while, I get those responses, which is awesome. On Thursdays, you can check out my baby podcast, the Indiana Chiefs Fans. That's the one that I coddle and hug and love on for the season of football. J-Dub does not like Chiefs. Football. We're going to make her a Chiefs fan yet. Hold on.
No.
I think she's a Packers fan anyway.
Fuck that.
Yeah, she likes Aaron Rodgers. It is zen. It is zen. Me, Chico Noise, and the Chief, Phil Jordan, we talk about our favorite team, the Kansas City Chiefs. And, of course, on Fridays, we got two different podcasts that now come out. We have Murderers with Alicia and Ashley, where they dive into unsolved murders and let you know what the latest information on those is. And maybe it's somebody you know. Maybe it's somebody you might know. Maybe it's somebody you can help solve these murders. And if murder's not your thing, maybe you like books. You do? Well, you should check out A Court of Books and Booze. That's where the Skywalker, Jessica, and Amanda read, so you don't have to. And then it's a basement book club. They like to discuss whatever they're reading. The first 8 episodes is about a Throne of Glass series, which I've started on Audible. Because I don't read real well. And if I get it on Audible, then I can get through it. And I'm actually enjoying it. It's a good story. So
interesting.
It's like the Hunger Games in medieval times. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
So, yeah, that is the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of Podcasts. Find us on Facebook or any of your favorite streaming sites. There you go.
There you go.
All of them are on Facebook. And whatever streaming site you listen to your podcast, you will find us. Just type us in. I've worked hard to get all those out there.
Yes, you have.
It's exhausting. All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, thanks for indulging me in my New Jersey Devil story there. Not just about the hockey team. I like the hockey team, but I'm an Avalanche fan. You and J-Dub, anything? I say you as I look at you and our listeners like, what the fuck is he talking about? J-Dub, you got anything you want to add?
Nope.
Nothing.
I'm good.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me.
Of course.
So until next time, we'll see you on the other side. Later.
Bye.
Bye.
To support other Golden Mojo Entertainment productions, check out Golden Image Podcast, The Call Guys, and Murd Nerds wherever you enjoy listening to podcasts. To see photos and find new episodes of the United States of Paranormal, follow us on our social media, Twitter at TUSOPPOD, or Instagram at the United States of Paranormal, and Facebook, the United States of Paranormal. If you have a place that you'd like us to look into, or would like to share your spooky story that we can read on the air, please email us at the United States of Paranormal at gmail.com.